guys, welcome back to my channel. I am here with my December cash envelope stuffing. So, it is not the 1st of December. I'm actually doing this a little bit early this week, just because to get it filmed and uploaded and everything, but also this was the only chance I was going to get to go to the bank, and I don't want to just leave this sitting and then stuff it on the 1st, so I am going to stuff my envelopes today. So I have my purse, I have my sinking funds binder. I've had some people ask, this binder is a Keelan Dory. It's from Imperfectly Perfekt, and it's a personal wide rings. I love this, and I wasn't using personal wide rings as my planner, so I wanted to get some use out of it. So it is the perfect binder for all of my envelopes. So I have my budget here. I have set up my whole budget for December. I'm not going to show you all the pages. I will go through my December budget, and I will go through how I set up my budget. If anybody's interested in that as well, just let me know. But this page is my cash breakdown page. It has all of my envelopes and sinking funds. This is my cash breakdown card that I take into the bank, which I've now just put back in. And so this is my cash breakdown. So we're just going to get going and stuff some envelopes. So first up is the ones that go in my purse, and I have got some new ones. So I make these cash envelopes. They are listed on my Etsy shop. The link will be down below. But I decided to make myself a full-on Christmas themed set for my purse. I made them in the simple style this time without the flap. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but we're going to give it a whirl. I'm not carrying over the money from my November envelopes until the end of November, so I'm just going to stuff these, and I'm not going to fill out the tracker. I'm going to fill that out at the end of November when I actually start using these. So, first up we have my fun envelope, which gets £80 all in 20s. 60, 80. Then my husband's fun money is 100. He doesn't have an envelope for it. I give it to him. He takes it. That's it. Next up is the kids envelope, which gets £100, and they get 60 in 20s, 20, 40, 60. They get 3 10s, 1, 2, 3, and 2 5s. Just breaks it up a little bit, so if there's somewhere they want to go and it's only going to cost like £5, I don't have to break a £20 note. Eat Out gets 100, and it also gets the same breakdown. So 20, 40, 60, 10, 20, 30. These are really new 10s. 5, 100. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. Again, that's broken down so that if we go somewhere that it only costs £5, or if we go somewhere that it's going to cost like £22.50, I don't have to break a £20 note for that £2.50. Petrol gets 100. This gets 4 20s and 2 10s. I fill up my car twice a month, and it normally costs £50 each time. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. And so I like to just have close to the right notes. Next up is pet food. Now I've increased pet food this month. We used to get our pet food for our goats and our chickens on Amazon Subscribe and Save, but I've had huge issues with them in the past, so we've cancelled all our Subscribe and Save. So it's just cash now, so it's 70. So it gets 40 in 20s and 3 10s. I now actually have started buying our chicken food locally, and I found a different 40, 50, 60, 70, a different online seller for our goat food. That's pet food. Beauty gets 20. I will have beauty to carry over from November, but I'm not doing that, as I said, until the end of November. Kids activities get 40, and that's all in 10s. They go to a play scheme every other week, and it costs £5 for each child, and only 2 of them go, so it's £10 a time. So the correct money for that. Groceries get 600. Now I'd split this in two ways. I divide it into 150 per week. So I'm going to take the 150 to put in the one for my purse. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50. And then the other 450. So that one goes in my purse for the first week. The next one goes in here, and I can actually write on this one this time. So I'm going to put 1st of the 12th, even though it's not that today. And 450 goes in here, and it gets 3 10s and the rest in 20s. Okay, so I should have 450 here. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that is the remainder of our grocery budget for the month, and I take out 150 per week and put it into my wallet. So that's groceries. Household is getting 80. Again, these are things that I used to buy on Amazon Subscribe and Save, and I'm now buying actually in the shop. Also, there's a new shop opening in my local village, Bare Waste I think it's called, and they're doing like groceries and household products, but no plastic, no packaging and all that sort of thing. And I would like to try out their dishwasher tablets and shampoo and conditioner, and so I would prefer to have cash. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and I've just broken it up so that I have some smaller notes. So that is all of my cash envelopes that are going to go in my wallet. So I'll see how I like that simple style. My battery's running out, so I'm going to do this quickly. So now we're on to our sinking funds, which are in this binder. So I'm going to move this up. We have got home, which gets 40. 2 20s. And we actually only have 5 left in there. I did spend some last month. So that takes us up to 45. Car gets 60. 20, 40, 60. And again, I did spend some last month. I bought a dash cam and had that fitted. But we've still got 140, which is pretty healthy. Pets get 70, which we have 200. My cat's getting neutered in December. 24 to 6, 70, and I was expecting it to be well over like 150 pounds, but apparently it's going to be about 100, so this is much healthier than I had expected. Oh, it gets 70 and I've just... So yeah, this is very healthy. I'm quite happy with that one. Clothing is only getting 40 this month. Some months I do put in extra, and the closer we get to school starting, I put in extra. But for just now, this is fine. Nobody really needs any new clothes. Birthdays get 65. We don't have any birthdays in December, but my birthday is in January, so that's a nice healthy amount to have in this account. In the sinking fund, sorry, as well. And so that makes it, oh god, maths, 180, 240. TV license gets 15. So this is our, in the UK you require a license for your television, and we pay yearly, so I just put it aside every month. Christmas 2019 gets nothing, but has not got a lot. Christmas 2020 is getting 85, but I don't have a 5 left. I've put an extra 5 in somewhere. Great. I'm missing £5. I've either knocked it down or I've put it in an envelope. So I'm gonna have to go through all my envelopes and check them. I'll do back to school because it gets 20. And that's looking not too bad. So that's for when they go back to school after summer holidays. Holidays is getting nothing, and bus is getting 180. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60. Why do I have 260? Okay, I've missed something out somewhere. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80. I have done something somewhere, guys, and I'm gonna have to figure it out. And my battery is beeping at me. So I am going to figure out what I've done and let my battery charge. Okay, I found it. I put 2 5s in birthdays by accident, so I have it now. So that is for Christmas 2020 gets 85, which should be what I have left. 20, 40, 60, 85, and it is. Phew. Actually wasn't that difficult. I just went through and counted all my envelopes, and we got there in the end. So that makes that 425 so far, which is pretty good actually. I'm really happy with that. Will be good for Christmas next year. So that is my sinking funds all stuffed, and my food and my husband's bus all stuffed, and all of my envelopes for my wallet are stuffed as well now. I just need to update trackers for those, but I'm going to do that when I close out my November budget. I did have somebody ask me how I work out my sinking funds, so these are my sinking funds. So my friend Jess asked me how I worked out my sinking funds because she found she had too many or quite a lot. So what I did was I looked at things like holidays, back to school, Christmas, and TV license. Those are things, and birthdays actually, those are things that are going to happen, they're going to come, and they're the things you're most likely to put onto a credit card. Because you don't have enough. Like, it comes around quicker than you'd expect. So I worked out what roughly I'd like to have to spend. I do think my Christmas budget, I might need to up that based on this year's Christmas spending, but again, that might change by next year. But I worked out what I wanted to have for the year, and then I divided it by 12. So holidays, I did work that out, but holidays we're just putting into occasionally. We're not planning a holiday, but it means we could go away for an overnighter maybe. But we're not doing very well with that category, but I feel like I need to focus more on paying off our debt next year rather than our holidays, so it's more just a token gesture. Back to school, I decided that I needed, I worked out roughly £250 would be good for buying back to school clothes. So I literally just divided it by 12, £20.83. I don't do the pennies. That's just annoying to me. So instead, I then just put in £20 every month, and by the time we get to back to school, I should have roughly what I'd expected. Same with Christmas, just worked it out and divided it by 12, TV license, again, divided by 12. Birthdays, I worked out how much I used to budget in. So I used to cash flow in the month of a birthday. So in, say, October, for example, my eldest son's birthday, I would work a line into our budget for £130, and that would be for presents, party, etc. So instead, I just worked out what £130 for each of us in the immediate family, and then £10 to £20 for everybody else in the extended family, and a little bit extra for things like birthday parties. And I just divided that by 12. We didn't spend 130, I don't think, for Isaac's birthday. We did for posies. It just depends what they want, what sort of party they want. And like my birthday, we might not spend all of that, and I'll just leave it in there and it can just build up. Clothing, pet, car and home. So I didn't really work out what I wanted to have for home. It's just we need something, because there's always going to be something you need to get, like a new duvet or pillows. And home decor, this stops me going out and just spending a fortune on home decor, because if I look in the envelope and I'm like, oh, we've only got £40. And like I used my home budget, my home envelope this month in November, to buy a mirror that I had my eye on, and there was enough in there for that. If we hadn't had this envelope, I probably still would have bought it, but I'd have put it on a credit card. So it's to try and stop me spending. Car, I worked out based on how much 4 new tyres cost, and then extra. Pet, I worked out based on how much it costs to worm and flea treatment them every 3 months. And then I also put extra in for other things, like we have pet insurance for pretty much all of our pets. So I know that the excess would have to be paid. So I worked that out too. Clothing, again, I just did a rough guesstimate. It seems to work for us about £40 to £50 a month. Sometimes we don't use it at all, and sometimes we use all of it. So it's just flexible and it varies. So these top 4 are fairly flexible. The rest I like to keep at exactly the same amount every month. And the holidays one is flexible too. So I hope that sort of explained how I work my sinking funds and how I work out how many we need. I do think that sometimes I could probably add in more sinking funds, but my budget doesn't allow room for that. And at the moment, next year is going to be more focused on paying off debt. So I'm trying not to introduce too many more sinking funds. But yeah, that is how I work it out. And that is my cash envelopes and my stuffing for December. If anyone has any questions, please ask them down below, or you can find me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram name just here. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.